Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Jefferson County Health Department Board of Trustees meeting. This is July 25th, and it is roughly 4 p.m. Call this meeting to order. Roll call, please, Ms. Pinker.
Mr. Page,
I'm here.
Dr. Henry. Ms. Stone. Here. Mr. Beals.
Here.
Ms. Gates. Here.
I'll go ahead and read the mission, vision, and purpose. Mission of the Jefferson County Health Department will champion positive health outcomes and behaviors through innovative programs and community engagement. The vision, advancing the health and safety of Jefferson County. The purpose of the health center, revised Missouri Code 250.050, the Jefferson County Health Department is established, maintained, and operated for the improvement of health of all inhabitants of Jefferson County. Next order of business is to approve the agenda. I do have an amendment that I would like to make. I would like to take the closed session and actually move it down after our new business. It will be a little lengthy with information, so I don't want to hold other people up. As it will not be anything other than information on that closed session. So I make that motion. Do I have a second? Second, is there any discussion on the matter? Not hearing any, all in favor of moving closed session to after new business? Say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now I need a motion to it, unless there's other amendments I thought. Now I need a motion to approve the amended agenda.
I'll move to approve the amended agenda.
First and second, any discussion on the matter? Not hearing any, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Before we continue, Ms. Henry is not here. She is out on a business matter. She has to do for her personal life, so she's been excused. Welcome with guests. There aren't any. The meeting newspaper, of course, is represented, so we appreciate that. Next on the agenda is approval of the June 27th, 2024 meeting minutes. Have a motion, please.
I make a motion to approve June 27th, 2024 minutes.
I'm second.
First and second, is there any discussion on the matter? Not hearing any, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any against? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is the approval of the June 2024 expenditures of $70,000, $70,165.66.
Move to approve the unit expenditures.
Second.
Okay.
First and second, is there any discussion on the matter?
Question from me. The generator monitoring. I haven't seen that before.
That's a new, we put that in the budget for this year. It actually allows us to monitor the building generator here and in Arnold when they're running or not running. That way, if we're at home and the power is out, we can tell if the generator kicked on. And we'll be able to take the one that's on this system. I believe the plan is to move it to the new building.
So is that a one-time fee or is that,
We'll have ongoing monitoring fees. I'm trying to find it here. I think
those are just like the initial setup?
initial setup.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Is there any other questions? Not hearing any, all in favor of approving the June 24th expenditure, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now approval of the June 2024 electronic payments for $496,501.07. First and second. Any discussion on the matter? Not hearing any, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next is pre-approval of the August twenty twenty-four electronic payment for $598,148.08. Do I have a motion? Please?
I'll make a motion to approve electronic payments for August of 2024.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
First and second, is there any discussion on the matter?
You know,
I'm sorry, yes, sir.
it's usually $100,000 is the difference between the estimated and the actual payments. It probably doesn't really matter. Or is that a concern to anyone? I'm not sure why that's the case if some things don't come due. Before the end of the month or how that works. So. And
I don't
again,
know if she does that to give herself a little leeway in case things do come in that are may not necessarily, if that's, especially with the building projects going on now. I don't know, that, I guess we could ask her to kind of get revisions on that.
Kristen, she's not.
But I mean, it's just a pre-approval, so it really is,
yeah, I mean, I don't believe it's a problem, but just curious.
any other discussion points? Okay, not hearing any, this is a vote on the August twenty twenty-four electronic payments, pre-approval. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next is the Health Director's Report. Mr. Sykes.
Okay. Not a whole lot here, but, thank you all, the board members. I think you've all completed the HIPAA training that we asked you to do for part of the iPad, process. So the next step, unfortunately, Steve is at that same conference. He needs about 10 minutes for each board member to get that set up. So once he gets back, we'll reach out to you all and see what the best way of how to do that. If you can come in separate time or early on board meeting day or however you want to do it, we'll work with you on getting that iPad. But in
Steve, I'm sure Steve will explain this, but I wasn't sure where it mentions Apple products. If that meant, or the iPads are gonna be Apple products,
so, yeah.
so do we need any other Apple devices to support that?
Not to support it, there may be a stylus with it, like a pen that you can write on. I'm not
Like
sure. If
one of these.
Yeah.
That's
Those are-
extra.
And those aren't cheap.
That's not, nothing cheap that one.
Yeah, so other than that, no, it should.
Cause I don't have anything yet.
Right.
With their own Wi-Fi, that's stood up, right? So-
Yeah. So we should be good.
Okay.
I think anything that would be needed with the iPad to operate it as far as writing on it, we would supply that with the iPad.
You can use your fingers too.
Yeah,
Are those things?
I think they're 119.
Oh, wow, they are.
Yeah, because they Bluetooth and charge right on the iPad. But you can honestly, if you're gonna write, you can use your
Use your finger up.
last month, we did have a professional development day for staff at the Civic Center. And we had several topics that we went through. Some of those, we talked about the retirement system that we have here, loggers. And I think that was well received by staff. I think a lot of them didn't understand our retirement system, and so loggers sent a representative down. Warren Robinson from the emergency management here in Jefferson County came over and spoke with us. We talked about our facility, emergency evacuation processes that we would have in-house. Our epidemiologist gave us a talk on epidemiology and did a review of that. Had a couple of team building exercises, and then our administrative team got up and did some updates on like the new building and various programs that we got, like our strategic plan and all that, where we're at in the process, compensatory study. I can't even see the word. But we just had I think it was well-received meeting over there at the Civic Center. A little update with the hail damage. I think a lot of this we've already went over. We have sent out the RFP for the heating and cooling units here in Hillsborough. That may be why we're having problems with the air conditioning here. They may be starting to fail. I don't know. The plan is to have the meeting or to have the bids opened on August the 8th with the building and real estate committee of Tim and Tammy. We got a little snag there. I forgot to talk to you prior. We've noticed that on the RFP, it says August 9th to receive the bids. If it's all right, can we go ahead and have the meeting on the 8th? And then if we do receive any more bids on the 9th, we could open it, or do we need to move the whole thing, the whole opening?
Move the opening,
Okay,
Sorry.
so,
because you gotta open them all at once.
Yeah.
okay. So we will be getting with you, if we can do it on that day, I think that will be a
It
Friday.
actually works for me, cause I couldn't be here on the, I'd be here on the
Okay,
night. Yeah, but I think.
it'll be in the evening on Friday. Thank you for that, and I apologize. Just some ongoing projects, we're gonna talk a little more about the strategic plan. We feel like we have a finished product that you all reviewed. The job descriptions, that's supposed to be wrapped up on that. Compensation study. They brought back some numbers and we went through it, and now the HR, what's the name of the company? HR managed, they are reviewing that and we'll come back with some options for us. We will talk to personnel committee on that. We'll bring it to the full board. I'll catch you up on the new building. It's still completion date is April 11th, but I got a new building report, so I'll go through some of that. The other thing that we have is, did you find out if we do need to send them, ask someone to go? Well, we can go ahead and ask. There is a joint public health conference in Columbia, September 17th to 19th. I know Dennis, you're probably familiar with this conference. In order to get some funding from the state, they are asking for like a board member to attend along with administration. We are going to send some administration staff there. That if someone on the board would like to attend, we can set that up.
Do you know the date?
September 17th to the 19th in Columbia.
Sorry, I would, I guess, suggest that only two could attend. Because after that, it becomes problematic. Potential vote. So if anybody's interested in attending, just send a message to Jenny and we'll go from there. If the board doesn't want to go, we'll draw straws and flip coins. We'll do that, but we'll go from there. I'm not going to be there.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
situation right now.
What was the conference again?
it's called the Joint Public Health Conference. It'll be a majority of the county health departments, city health departments of the state of Missouri attending, and a lot of the people from the Missouri Department of Health and Human Services will be there as well. They just have various topics on public health.
Do we
Different
stay
sessions.
there, or do we get back?
No, we'll stay there. I don't know the times. Usually a lot of those I'll try to start like after lunch on the first day, so you can drive up, then a full day, then a half a day off.
This is, they were wanting the board member to be there because they're saying they're gonna start tagging some of the money that if a board member doesn't attend, then you only get 50% of what you're asking for instead of the 100%. that sort of thing to kind of encourage,
It's additional funding.
right?
It's called
Incentive funding.
So you know,
Trying to give you a little bit.
so if somebody can do that, it's great. Again, just RJ.
I think that's all I had on my record report, yes.
Anybody have any questions? Next on the agenda is public comments, which nobody here for that. So we'll move right into here, new building updates. Steve, you wanna?
Yeah, so I don't know if you've been by lately, there's a lot of changes that are on our new building. The steel has been put up. So you can see the footprint, how the building's gonna sit on the property, just how big it is. They're putting decking for the roof on now, so, we had a meeting this morning, they're working on, they're gonna put the exterior wall studs, next 2 or 3 weeks, that should be done. And start moving inside, but you can really see what it's gonna look like on the side.
As soon as they get a little more of the skeleton up on the inside, we'll take a trip over there. I think, pardon me?
By October, maybe?
Yeah, we're thinking maybe October, and we'll have to see if we can balance it, and how we balance it as a meeting type thing, but. You know, really, we don't want all those people going over the board. But, you know, we'll make it a point to have them there. Maybe we'll have an earlier board meeting. Is anybody opposed to having an earlier one? You all okay? Because I'm figuring if we do it a little earlier, that way we get over there while they're still there. I don't want to have them waiting on us. But I want, like I said, we're gonna wait till the interior walls and we put up studs on there. Because without it, you know, a lot of people have a hard time spatial wise and, oh, they're supposed to be walk, they can't quite see where the walls be and get a good understanding of it. So, but yeah, I think that'd be a good thing. We can all wear our hard hats.
Yeah, we'll just have to be very mindful of how we schedule that, because most
We'd
of
like to get
the, when we're in the building, they're not gonna be working, let's say, to another part of the building, so. Either, yeah. But, yeah, I think by then we should have walls, so.
Oh, yeah.
They're still doing some trenching, we're just about done with that, it just seems like they keep digging, but it's, the main trenching is for the utilities that are coming in on the property and around to the back. And of course, most of that is the rock. They're doing the final part of that. We're sitting there hammering the rock out, digging it out. I have a meeting scheduled soon. We're gonna start talking about the IT infrastructure. Because we have to order a lot of that, we are purchasing. And we have to coordinate with all the subcontractors of when they're gonna do their part and what they are purchasing and what we have to purchase. So that we have enough time to get that stuff ordered. That includes the security cameras, the alarms, the IT infrastructure itself, as far as the internet, how we run all the wiring. Just a coordination for all that. So the report shows the architect, finance, report on there. Go ahead, we'll pick that up. And then the construction finance is also on there. Anybody have any questions?
Okay. So next on the agenda, the amended agenda is the new business. So we're looking, it's on the new business is approval of the Jefferson County Health Department. Keeping planning, everybody was given a couple weeks ago, July. So everybody had the opportunity to throw in questions, ask questions, review it. I want to make one major compliment. I thought it was well drafted, well put together. I liked the graphics. I thought it was very, very well done, and come to find out that it was actually done in-house by all of our staff and it wasn't part of the partial of them coming in and doing and helping you facilitate that. This was all in-house. Really, really well done, so I want to thank you for that.
That's extremely talented staff. That's good stuff.
So do we have a first to make that approval?
I move to, approve the strategic plans as presented.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Having a first and second, is there any discussion points on the strategic plan? Any comments?
The plan updates the mission and vision of the health department, so are we gonna change that for the board meetings?
We should.
And then as far as dates of completion for some of the different activities, are you gonna review this every so often or?
Yeah, I think it's actually in the plan of how often we review it. And we went back and forth on putting completion dates on there, but some of this stuff. It's gonna be hard to say exactly when.
Yeah.
There's several things that should be done in this year.
Right.
But some of the other items may take a little bit longer, so it's a 5-year plan. And we'll just kind of do that as percent complete, give updates on where we're at. And if we can find it, once we get into a project and we can find a date that looks like we're gonna achieve it, we may go ahead and do that.
Any comments or questions?
Just, but on the digitizing records, I know we had talked about trying to do that before we do. That's something we do before.
We're working on it now.
So that's something that's.
It's a process.
Yeah, I figured it would be a big deal.
And I think this is an obviously it's coming up to where we are in the world now. It's gonna happen, so we just don't know. We're probably on the backside of a lot of.
We are,
things,
and each department is working on that too. It's not just, right, it's every department. You don't wanna move anything. It's not just records.
But, yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing for us going with our little iPads. We talked about that for 5-6 years ago.
Yes, let's go through this stuff.
Right, yeah, it's painful, right, yeah.
So we have
I
a
agree.
first, we have a first and second to approve the Jefferson County Health Department strategic plan. All in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. All right, the next item is the first reading of the Jefferson County Health Center Board of Trustees electronic device usage. So, I have a first. I guess I only need a first read. I guess I need a first to read it.
But you're not passing it
I
though.
don't need to take a vote.
No.
right? So I need a first and second to go ahead and read. There will be no vote on it. So that's first and second to read.
For first read
First. Have a second. Pardon me?
on the device.
Policy, the
Policy.
electronic.
That's right.
So. I will read the introductory paragraph, but I'm sorry, is there any, before I read it, is there any, let me read it now. You have a statement. My question is there a similar policy for staff? Is it the same policy?
That incorporates the same terms of use as the staff's. And refers back to the same definitions as the staff's, so it may be beneficial after the meeting to send them what the staff has. Because it refers to it specifically within the policy.
So I'll read this Board of Trustees policy. The purpose of this electronic device use policy is to establish guidelines for the procedures for Board of Trustee members of Jefferson County Health Center, JCHD, to implement the effective use of technology and receiving and reviewing board information and meeting materials. The policies are also intending to reduce costs and waste associated with the creation and distribution of board information and materials in basic format. And it goes along, it's quite extensive as far as the pages, like the 3 and 4. 5 pages, quite extensive, I'm not gonna read the whole thing. We can put that online if we would like to, for everybody, started on it. So good, so everybody else can read it, if they wish to. It's quite extensive, basically, we lose it, we own it, don't we lose the things, don't we leave it in your car, all right, I'll stop that. Is there any questions, thoughts, suggestions on the policy at this point in time? Obviously, it's first reading. I guess, there's no vote on it being the first reading, look it over. If there's suggestions on changes, give it Jenny, so we can have them in for the next meeting if we feel that there's a need for that. I do have one that she did leave off the privacy after policy. That's first, sorry, somebody looked.
No.
I was reading it, but they didn't read it. Catch it till after that. So I suggest, I would ask everybody, what do you mean?
I got 2 of, so you're fine.
There you go, we're gonna catch one. So if everybody read it, please make their suggestions, Jenny.
So do we have to have this approved before we can get our iPad then?
I don't,
You don't have to have the policy for insurance purposes, so honestly, you don't have to have this approved before you get the iPad. The main thing is that you have the training.
it's
Cause
just.
I'm really looking forward to reading all this stuff.
What's the timeline?
So, Mr. Ferry just needs about 10 minutes with each of these, to just set up your.
When are we gonna, do we have the iPad?
We do,
Oh.
he just happens to not be here.
Well, you gotta set up your
It-
rule of notification.
If you get it before this is done though, one of the things this requires, don't sign in with your regular Apple ID,
Did you what?
like your
Oh,
personal
right,
Apple
right,
ID.
right.
You're gonna get
They'll
an
give us
Apple
a new one
ID.
just for that,
Correct, correct.
Oh, we got
For us to
different
have
ID.
it,
Right.
yeah.
And he helped me with this
Great,
policy.
so I need this one other idea, all right.
So this policy is in regards to board information. But as far as emails,
You'll be able to get your emails on the iPad as well.
We'll
so
have
should,
email addresses through the department.
should we only use the iPads for email
For-
As opposed to using like your cell phone for email,
or my computer, my laptop?
it's all gonna, so whenever you get your health department email address, it's gonna run through the server. So you could be sitting on the iPad or your phone or your computer. If you're using that email that's provided by the health department, it's gonna run through our server. So which is gonna address issues like if we need to run a search for sunshine records, for example, that's the email that you need to use.
But you
So-
can still look it up on your, like, you can
Yeah.
still pull up your email address on your phone.
Even if it's an Apple.
Yes,
Apple's just.
Oh, you won't, never mind.
Yeah.
But I would recommend looking up your emails, only work emails on this iPad, because
Mhm.
that's all in one thing. They have to pull it.
So can we say all communication, any board communication should be,
I think it should be.
and I guess you're saying it will be if we use that address.
correct, as long as you use that email address, like some of you have set up like a separate email account, but it's like with Yahoo or Gmail, something that is your health department email.
Right.
You're gonna be issued health department emails, because that's how your Apple IDs are gonna be created. So as long as you've got that, you should just go ahead and use that health department email for all your health department communications. That way, if we have a sunshine request, we can look through that here. We don't have to send emails out to you saying, hey, Tammy, would you please look through your Yahoo account and tell me if you've got any emails that are so and so.
And that was one of the main drivers of doing this.
Right.
And, you know, I said, as soon as this happens, the one I have, for help, I'm gonna throw it away. You talk to whatever I need to do through Yahoo in that. But one, I got enough.
And after that training, I didn't realize how easily, if there was a hack here, it hacked our own.
And-
So that's why I'm excited to not do any business for here on my first.
Okay, all right, so again, look at it. Question, changes, please show Jenny.
We have to do 2 readings.
Yes, 2 readings.
Oh, actually, the staff one is Exhibit A.
All right, so next is entertaining topics for the next agenda. Is there any topics?
Personnel committee, I'd like to discuss, the director's position.
I will second that, so we'll put that on the. Put that in the agenda. And that'll be close, I think.
Yeah, so maybe this, that's where we are as far as the uptick in cases of mosquito-borne viruses and also COVID is also pretty.
You want to have, this, what's, you have come in and do a presentation on.
Well, we're talking about illnesses related.
So you want to talk about mosquito control, or you want to talk about the actual?
I'm sure they know there's an uptick. How far we are along with that.
So COVID, as far as numbers, and
I think she's looking, you're looking for mosquito.
Mosquito and, yeah, mosquito-borne illnesses and also COVID. Several people have COVID.
Well, we get.
well, they may bring Sarah, our epidemiologist. Whoever, yeah, we'll have an update on that. Our COVID numbers, we're out of our reporting time,
Yes,
so
yes.
they'll have to ask somebody else to try to pull some data. I asked today about somebody might ask about COVID because there's a little bit of a, but it's kind of up and down. It's nothing off the charts. It's a little bit up and down. Nationwide, I think there's a trend going up, but it's more, we're not looking at actual COVID. They've been diagnosed with COVID. It's more of they present with symptoms. And so it's kind of hard to get a good. But we'll also look at mosquito. We can look at tick-borne as well. If there's a surge, but some of the tick.
The bird flu, that's the topic, and we'll get some information on that too.
Then with all the flooding, the mosquitoes are crazy. Turkey is not doing a lot of work.
Do you want to update on our spraying program? as
Well, if there's any change, not necessarily, but if there's like, if you found something, that you need to be aware of. If we found as far as testing mosquitoes and.
I can have Gina add something maybe in her report that you can read and if you want, you can present it at the meeting or just put it in
Yeah.
the report.
If we ever have a visibility plus now, case, they're usually I know it's in St. Louis County, that's what I was going. We're not too far from St. Louis County. I think at least one or two cases like that.
Of what's now.
But then, yeah, that in particular. So that's,
There's 50 cases, 50 cases.
So anything else? All right, not hearing any, I need somebody to make a motion for us to go into closed session.
On section.
Second. And this will be pursuant to 6.0.021. Section 1. Any confidential or privileged communications between board of trustees of the health department or its representatives and attorneys. 6.0.021. Also hiring, firing, discipline, and promoting of particular employees by a public governmental body. The personal information about the employee is discussed, recorded. And 6.0.0213 records which are protected from disclosure by law. 6.0.02114. Roll call.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we will not be back from this. You won't need to be back. We'll come back into open session just